There is a new Toyota truck that is scrapping the big names like Ford and GM, and it only costs $15,000. This thing is just insane. It comes equipped with the necessary bells and whistles while delivering an incredible performance and that classic traditional truck feeling with a whole new concept. It will dominate the market, and here is how. A classic, powerful truck. In a world where every car seems to be trying to out-tech the other, isn't it a breath of fresh air to see a classic making a comeback? And guess what? They're not just bringing it back for kicks and giggles. No. Toyota's crashing the party hard with not one, not two, but maybe even 4 powertrain options. This is a game changer for this market segment. While Ford's been playing it safe with just a hybrid and a turbo 4 engine, and Hyundai's sticking to their 2 gasoline options, Toyota has a little something for everyone. If you're all about that horsepower, get pumped for the RAV4's powerful hybrid setup, which is rumored to join the lineup soon. Imagine a 2.5-liter inline-4 engine powering out a combined 219 horses. Plus, those hybrids come locked and loaded with a CVT and a super grippy all-wheel drive system. But that's not all. For the die-hard fans of pure gasoline engines, Toyota hasn't left you in the dust. They're bringing the same muscular 2.5-liter engine from the RAV4, packing 203 horsepower, paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. But what I'm most excited for is a Turbo 4 monster in the works. With Toyota's brand new 2.4-liter engine in the mix, this beast might throw down 228 horsepower and 243 pound-feet of torque. Toyota's gearing up to bring their A-game. But hey, raw power alone doesn't win the game, especially in a segment led by the best trucks where everyone's racing for that unbeatable performance and efficiency. You know those brands that come crashing in, guns blazing, with killer prices and jaw-dropping features? Yeah, Toyota's taken a page out of their book, but with a twist. And I mean, it's really going to be unique. Let me explain. Challenges. You see, back in the 1960s, the Toyota Stout was the real deal. We're talking about a truck that didn't need all the bells and whistles to get the job done. It was tough, it was no nonsense, and it was the blueprint for what Toyota would become famous for worldwide. These bad boys were like the epitome of light utility vehicles, tough, reliable, and always ready to tackle whatever you threw their way. But hey, let's not sugarcoat it, they did have their issues and drawbacks. Back then, it was a whole different ballgame when it came to performance. We're talking about engines that were more like your grandpa's vintage watch, dependable but not exactly setting any speed records. Sure, the Stout's engines got the job done, but they weren't exactly sipping fuel like a modern-day eco-warrior. And when it comes to creature comforts and fancy gadgets, well, let's just say the Stout wasn't exactly rolling off the assembly line with all the bells and whistles. These babies were built for work, not for sipping lattes in a plush leather seat with built-in massage functions. Comfort took a back seat to getting the job done, which meant you were getting a real workhorse, not a luxury ride. Back then, it was all about getting from point A to point B in one piece, not about crumple zones and airbags. So, what drove Koji to resurrect the iconic Toyota Stout in today's automotive arena? Now, of course, it'll not be the same as in the old days, but Toyota could have chosen another nameplate. So why did they choose this? Well, despite all these quirks and shortcomings, the Toyota Stout still holds a special place in our hearts. They're not just resurrecting a classic, they're giving it a fresh new spin for today's crowd. But it goes deeper than that. A new concept. First things first, Toyota is all about going after that heritage and nostalgic appeal. Just check out hits like the Bronco and Maverick. They've made killer comebacks, riding on waves of nostalgia. The Stout's revival follows suit, tapping into the same vintage coolness that's got everyone hyped. And let's not forget the game plan. With the Hilux and Tacoma getting bulkier by the minute, there's a clear gap in Toyota's lineup for a smaller, wallet-friendly pickup. Enter the Stout, perfectly positioned to fill that gap with its mix of versatility, affordability, and that trademark Toyota reliability. It's not just about glancing back, it's about striding forward with flair and purpose, blending the best of yesterday with today's innovations. Plus, they are releasing the IMV0 for markets outside of the US and Europe, so it's only natural that they come up with an alternative truck to fit for the market. And do I even have to tell you how many things this will solve? But that's enough talk about the market and plans. Let me tell you about the real game changer. Design. It's like they fused aerodynamics with pure style magic. Those sleek lines and contours aren't just for show, they're all about boosting performance and efficiency. And those LED headlights up front? Not just a pretty face, they scream modern coolness. Plus, Toyota's giving you the keys to customization heaven, so you can make your Stout as unique as your fingerprint. And when you step inside this bad boy, prepare to be wowed by a spacious and luxurious cabin that's all about pampering you in comfort. Every inch screams premium, from the upholstery to the dashboard. It's like sitting in the lap of luxury. And hold on to your hats because the cockpit is straight out of a sci-fi flick, with tech so intuitive it's like it reads your mind. Safety's also top-notch, with features like adaptive cruise control and collision mitigation that give you peace of mind no matter where the road takes you. Bottom line, the new Toyota Stout is cool, stylish, and practical. But we need to talk about that a bit more, so watch carefully. Practicality and reliability. So you got your sights set on this truck, wondering, like everybody else, what bang you'll get for your buck? Well, hold on to your seat because rumors say it's going to borrow a lot of gear from the reliable RAV4. And what does that mean? It's likely going to pack a safety punch that's right up there with, if not better than its SUV sibling. And get this, there's a whisper going around that the Stout might just outdo the RAV4 by snagging the latest and greatest version of Toyota's Safety Sense suite. So when push comes to shove, the Stout isn't just another truck, it's a safety fortress on wheels, leaving the Maverick eating its dust. On top of all that, the Stout is stepping up with eco-friendly innovations aimed at boosting performance while keeping Mother Earth in mind. And let's not forget Toyota's knack for giving us plenty of options to customize, not to mention their trims. Nothing quite matches the TRD badge. They're not into one-size-fits-all solutions, which is why they offer such a diverse range of choices. And they are all about that rock-solid construction and unshakable dependability. And let's face it, folks, the Maverick has been kind of dropping the ball on that front lately. I mean, let's call it like it is. Ford's been racking up recalls left and right, and unfortunately, the Maverick hasn't been spared from the chaos. We're talking multiple recalls and a bunch of annoyed customers. From engine fires to wonky airbags, sloppy assembly to brake light mishaps. It's been a bit of a bumpy ride to say the least. Now shifting gears to Toyota. Sure, they've had their own share of recalls, but they've been more like minor speed bumps compared to Ford's roller coaster. Toyota's occasional recalls are mostly due to some not-so-great engineering choices. But when it comes to reliability, Toyota's been setting the gold standard for ages. Their plants are running like well-oiled machines, churning out quality rides left and right. They have a reputation for crafting tough vehicles, and they're not about to compromise that just to hop on the compact truck bandwagon. So if you ask me, it's pretty safe to assume we won't see a massive difference in reliability when we stack it up against the Maverick, the reigning champ of the market. But let's do that. How will it hold its own when compared to its rivals? Price, availability, and competition. Now, we've got to be honest. When we talk about compact trucks, we're basically looking at the Ford Maverick and Hyundai Santa Cruz ruling the roost, right? These guys are putting up a good fight against the Stout, but let's face it, there's room for improvement there. Both the Maverick and Santa Cruz are sporting crew cab setups that are just perfect for hanging out with your crew or your family. And yeah, the beds are a tad on the shorter side, but hey, they still get the job done. The Maverick's got this 4.5-foot bed, and Hyundai's not stretching it much further. Now, here's a thought. Wouldn't it be awesome if there was a single or extended cab version too? Sure, you might lose a bit of passenger space, but think about it. There are folks out there who need a serious workhorse, right? Contractors, farmers, heck, even you on those days when what you gotta haul just won't fit in that little bed. That is why, while everyone else seems to be ditching extended cabs, Toyota's making moves to bring them back. Just look at the Tacoma's extra cab. It's sleek, it's got 2 doors, and it's got us all curious. We're talking potential here, folks. But hey, there's one thing we know for sure. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We all know Toyota's been the robust, no-nonsense workhorse in this arena. They don't mess about with frills, just solid, reliable trucks that won't break the bank. Remember when Ford dropped the Maverick and our wallets were happy for a sec? That price tag was a total steal. but those glory days disappeared faster than a mirage in the desert. The base Maverick's creeping up towards that $25,000 mark quickly, and I wouldn't be surprised if it blows right past that benchmark before we know it. But here's where Toyota's showing up as the new sheriff in town. They're aiming to keep their base Stout model parked firmly in that sweet $15,000 range. And we're not just talking price wars here, folks. It's about getting your hands on the keys and hitting the open road without any delays. Ford's been swamped with orders, leaving eager buyers stuck in a line. Good luck finding one of those bad boys at your local dealer lot. And even if you do manage to snag one, be prepared for some brutal dealer markups that'll have your jaw dropping. Now, Ford claims they're revving up production, but we've all heard that tune before. Talk is cheap until they start delivering the goods, am I right? Toyota, on the other hand, has a good supply chain. I expect no waitlists, no dealer drama, just you and your brand spanking new Toyota Stout ready to take on any terrain. But what do you think? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.